Hello and welcome to Other Realm Integration, a channel where I do pick-a card readings, energy healings, and asthma activations, and a lot of other different videos. So this video that we're doing today is a video on your supernatural experience. So it's about maybe a supernatural experience that you've had. If you've wondered if you've ever had one, maybe you already have one or several in mind. So today in this pick a card reading, I have my handy deck of cards right here. And we've got three different energies here. So pick number one, which is the red flash, or the red pile right here. And there's also pile number two, the purple picture pile. And then we've got pile number three, the blue pile. So I'm going to pick some cards and then do some sort of scrying with this flashlight, looking into the picture and just seeing what comes up. And I'm not sure what is going to come up, but I'm going to intend that it is helpful. So pick one of the piles, whatever resonates with you, and you can think of a supernatural experience, but with a message related to the paranormal. I'm going to see whatever comes up for you related to whatever. We're just going to be open and see what messages come forward. All right, so the pile number, the pile number one, the red chakra pile. They're actually, somebody painted for me, and they're originally supposed to correspond to the various chakras. So let's see. I'm going to put the other pictures aside just so we can focus on one at a time, just so we can tune into that energy. So I'm going to put those to the side for now until we get to those piles. But now we're on the red pile. So let's see what comes up for your supernatural experience. Okay. So I'm getting several different images, but the first thing I'm getting is a sense of this creature chasing you. And I'm not quite sure if it's a dream or if it's something you've experienced. So if it's in a dream, it may be like a repetitive dream where the same, like, you know, those repetitive dreams where something goes after you, or it could have happened in a forest where you were either camping or something chased you through a forest, or like you were camping, something outdoors. That's what I'm seeing. Let's see what else. I'm also getting the sense, that you've also felt very gaslit because you've had this experience and you don't know how to explain it. You don't know. So you may have experienced this with other people and they were not able to sort of understand this or really know what this was. So you were kind of like, what is that? What you don't quite, it's a sense of being gaslit, of just not knowing. You may have even felt gaslit by this being. So it doesn't feel warm or fuzzy, but the thing about supernatural experiences is that they can, sometimes they aren't what we think they are. Like a scary experience can actually be a positive thing, and something that seems positive can sometimes be negative, because we can get there. Like, I'm not saying that you can't trust your feelings, but sometimes when it comes to fear, our intuition can get a little bit haywire, if you will. But now I'm going to pull some cards, and I'll go back to that. Okay, I'm just rearranging things now. So just we're going to see what cards do we get. What cards do we get in regards to this supernatural experience? Okay. Okay, I'm getting this card's very okay. So Page of Swords. So I'm hearing it could have happened to you when you were young, because the Page of Swords right here, it's dark, so I'll shine a little bit of light on the Page of Swords. But also it could be you felt this Page of Swords. I don't particularly always like this Page of Swords. It's sort of like this, you felt kind of maybe traumatized by this experience, and it's sort of like it really, with the red energy, it's sort of like how do I say, tapped into your survival instincts. So it feels, and I don't want to say the word bad, but it feels kind of like there's various energies in the universe, and it feels a little darker. It feels a little darker, but it's, and I'm also, okay, and I get that I should pull another card here. So let's see. We've got, it's caused, yes, to feel a little bit defensive and always just sort of wondering about it. But it's sort of like with the Nine of Pentacles, you're, okay, I'm getting for this. Okay, it's almost like you're afraid, when will it come back? Whatever you encountered, will it ever happen again? You're feeling, will it ever happen again? And I'm hearing that it could, but you are in a different space now, and you are in a place, like if this happened when you were younger, even if you weren't a kid, but it could have happened when you were a kid, I'm hearing that you've sort of you've researched now, and it's back of your mind, you have a good idea about what it could be, and you may not trust yourself now, because there's sort of, it kind of did a mind F on you, this experience. I don't know if I should swear on YouTube, so I'll just use the abbreviated form, but it's sort of like it did a mind F on you, this being, and it could have been really mischievous. That's the energy that I get. It's just, it was sort of mischievous, and sometimes these spirits, they like to F with humans, quite frankly. But I'm getting a sense that in most cases, it's not something to really be afraid of, because now I'm sensing you have much more power. So it's sort of this experience with the red color, it sort of took away your sense of power. It took away your sense of control. It took away your sense of that you had control over the situation, is what I'm getting. That is what I'm getting. So it's, let's see what else. Let's see if what other cards want to come up. All right. Ace of Cups. There could be, I'm being brought back to the sort of the childlike energy of this card, but it's also sort of this sense of, I keep on getting, will it ever come back? Will it ever happen again? Will it ever happen again? And I'm hearing the High Priestess, is it's really sort of this experience as sort of puts you into this state of wanting to know more, and yet you're sort of fearful at the same time. So it's sort of like, what I'm sensing is that what you need to do is intuitively figure out what this is. And you can do this by, I'm seeing an image of taking a pen and writing down everything about this experience, and allowing, and I think with writing, you'll be able to ask yourself 3 questions. What was it? What does it want? Did it mean me any harm? And if it did, if you find that you can ask yourself, the 4th question is, what can I do to protect myself? And if you do that, you can start to feel a sense of protection and sort of safety, which is what I sense that you want from this experience. So right now I'm going to do some, just if you'll consent, I'm going to do a little bit of releasing the fear about the situation into this circle right here. So I'm going to pull that energy, put it into a circle, pull it into a circle, pull it into a circle, and just take the fear. And I'm also going to release the lack of clarity that you feel about it. And my sense is that you can already, you can trust yourself about this experience more than you think. But I'm going to do some just releasing of your mind, like not releasing, but what's the word? Just, I'm going to take your scalp, your scalp, and just release it, and release any of the confusion about it. I'm going to release your confusion about it, and just release it and into either the flame or this beautiful black tourmaline that is about releasing energy. Release the fear. Release the fear and clarity instead. Release the fear, clarity instead. Clarity about the supernatural experience. Clarity, 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 clarity about this experience. I yawned there. Oh, this candle is just a little bit, center that a little bit. Clarity. And let's see, that feels complete, but let's see if I can get some more messages about this. I'm hearing you whatever you experience with this experience, and I'm getting for some that and I'm allowing you can do your writing exercise to figure it out, but I'm hearing for some it was a UFO that could have been a little bit less than pleasant with you or something, and you can journal about that. But in other cases it was sort of a spirit, and there was kind of a less than stellar energy to it that gave a sense of lack of survival. So I'm just going to just have a sort of an energy to this, that is that can help you release and understand, because I'm hearing that it will be less traumatic when you understand it, when you fully understand its experience. That feels that, but I'm also hearing that there is no need, and I'm not going to say no need to fear, because that can sound kind of gaslighting, but you're in a place now where you are likely safe from this, or you can create the safety either within yourself or by asking for protection around you. So that feels complete. I think that's what we need to complete this. So that's done now. I'm going to put this to the side, and I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope that was helpful to you, and I wish you much good energy in releasing and integrating and understanding this supernatural experience. All right, that was done for primer 1. Now it is time for primer 2. Let me get a drink of water. pile twos. Hello, pile twos. We are going to today be working with your, so pile number two, the purple purple picture pile. Pile number two, and we are going to explore. We are going to explore your supernatural experience and see what comes up for it. So I'm drawn to. I'm just gonna shuffle the cards and see what comes out. Okay. So my sense is that there's something very elusive about this experience, and it's almost like you've spent your entire life trying to understand it. And it feels very spiritually profound. I'm hearing angelic or UFO, but a very almost interdimensional UFO that had a being in it that was very meant to affect you, is what I'm hearing. It was meant to affect you in this life very much. So it feels more positive, this experience. It feels very but it also, and it sounds funny, but it feels very odd. And you've had a lot of trouble putting it in a box, although you sense it's positive. But it's sort of, and it's almost like you're patiently trying to understand what it is. And some of you may felt running away from it, running towards it, but it's sort of like over the last 3 years, you've begun to sort of understand it more. And I'm hearing it could have happened 20 years ago, it could have happened 3 years ago, but you still feel it's blocked. And I'm hearing, because it's happened at such a high level that it's hard for you to even put into words what happened. And it could have been, I'm hearing too, it's sort of like, and this sounds very random, it could have been, okay, so I'm just going to sort of see into this and see what do I get here. I'm also seeing a very strange, like you're walking down the street. It could have been UFO or angelic related, very angelic related, but it's somebody that you sort of may have met, and you suspected that they are not who you thought they were. It could have been somebody who had like disappeared into thin air. I'm also seeing a picture of somebody who you met on the street, and you knew they weren't from here, and their face changed, or they morphed into a different form, and it was you sensed maybe this being wanted to help you in some way, and it could have been, walking down the street, or it could have been something where you felt during sleep lifted into another dimension, but it felt very, very significant to you. And I'm hearing it was significant. It was meant to sort of change the trajectory of your life. So it feels very, like, sort of high-minded is what it feels. I'm hearing it high, and I'm seeing, interesting, I'm seeing this like almost a very, with the being had to come down from a very high dimension in order to interact with you. So when a being does that, it's quite important is what I'm hearing. It's very important. Let's see what other messages can I get. I'm hearing it could have been some sort of angelic being, or sort of an ascended being from a very, like one that sort of can be at all places at all once, and it just decided to, like it wanted to impart something to you, and it did that just with it's simple energy. And you could have been going down the street, and you could have sort of it felt very, and for some of you feel like, but why do I feel is that so significant? It could have been just a person, and you're wondering, was that a supernatural experience? And I'm hearing, rest assured it was, even if it felt simple. For some it felt very simple, but you knew it wasn't simple, if that makes sense. And for others it felt very profound, and like, would anybody believe me? And I'm hearing that yes, there are people that would believe you, but there are some people that wouldn't, obviously, right? I mean, because there's all many different minds in the entire world. But it felt, and I'm hearing this being could be watching you or sending other beings to watch you. Interesting. That's a very and it feels almost, the being could have been very like beautiful, very that you encountered, very, in a sense, maybe physically, but spiritually, emotionally, like something like that. It might have sort of been and it sort of wants to, the energy is sort of healing, and its goal is to sort of heal the energy on earth, is what I'm hearing. It really wants to cleanse, and it's sort of like, I'm seeing an image of, sometimes it could have been Archangel Michael or one of his subsidiaries. Is that a word? I don't know if that's a word, but that's what came to mind. So it's sort of like but something, definitely a being. I'm seeing a being that sort of understands human. It's in the high dimension, but it also, it could have reincarnated here. It has sort of a human experience to it. So it has a human experience to it. Interesting. So it's and I'm hearing it say it's always watching over you, is what I'm hearing. And let's see let's see if there's any other messages that want to come forth from it. It's here. Okay, the High Priestess came up. So it's saying you are very intuitive and you are very connected to the higher realms. I'm hearing you're very connected to the higher realms, and I think you probably know this. Let's see what else. And I'm hearing it saved you from I don't really understand it, but it sort of it saved you from a bad disaster, or even if something bad happened, it would have been worse. So it came down into this third dimensional soup and changed something. It should change to trajectory, and I'm hearing it wanted to be noticed too. And I'm hearing that if you want to connect with it, you can kind of go into a sort of a meditation state and tend to go into the higher realms, and you will you could and I'm hearing it's sort of a being that balances out energies when it can, to direct people into a different path. And it's sort of this particular energy. So I'm hearing it could have been a UFO as well too, but it's sort of like yeah, I see it almost, you may have met it, but it's also, you may have sensed it from above. And it's sort of, I heard the word Thor came to mind. Interesting, I don't know why, but it's sort of like it's sort of, what's the word? It kind of, directed things through an energy beam or some sort of, I'm just seeing this like energy beam that is somehow, and you sense, you met a person below, or you sensed it from above. You sensed some energy intervened, and it changed. It's sort of the energy that changed the directory of your life. Okay, and then trajectory of your life, and then I got Wheel of Fortune, and then wow. I got the Wheel of Fortune. So that's a change. That's definitely a change in the trajectory of your life. And then the Devil, materialism. So it might have snapped you out of some sort of addictive pattern unknowingly. Unknowingly, and it's basically, it snapped you out of that pattern. And this being, this energy, I think it likes to do that in some cases. So the materialism in this deck, it's also known as the Devil. If you know the tarot deck, the Devil, but it's called materialism. So it's a very constrictive. It wanted to snap you out of a very constrictive energy, or something you could have fallen into, either something that you were in then, or something you could have fallen down in a later road. And it's just like, it's, let's see, what else? 7 from the back is what I heard. Okay, or 7 from the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And yeah, it had you run away from something, maybe a person or something that was bad for you. Something that was, let's see what else. Yes, and we get away from, and then we've got, and then the other card I got was 7 from the bottom. Sometimes I'll just get numbers, and then 7 from the top, 7 from the bottom, 8, that kind of thing. But it got you moving away from something, or moving in the right direction. And I like to do this. So it intervenes in this world, in the way that it knows how to. And it's sort of, so that feels complete to me. And I hope you enjoyed that reading. Feels very profound. It feels very just like this beautiful purple that you picked. It feels very sort of nourishing, and yeah, sort of spiritually energized, if you will. And see if there's any other messages. I'm hearing you are on the right track. You are in control, and you can do whatever it is you want to do, and whatever it is you want to be. So that is pile number 2. And now it is time for pile number 3. So what do we have for pile number 3? All right, hello pile number 3s. We have a beautiful blue color for this pile. I've got a beautiful blue, and let's hear about this supernatural experience. So I'm going to pull some cards. I kind of do some, with this flashlight, I do some scrying into the, I'm going to just shuffle up the cards and see what comes out. Okay. I got the first, okay. So, justice. So I'm hearing that this supernatural experience was something that it saw the need for balance in some sort of situation. Either you asked for it, or on a level, or it asked for some sort of, or it's a balancing. It was sort of like a balance, and I'll see what more we have there. The High Priestess. 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. So it may have been in charge of bringing something into your life when you were stagnant, or it might be working on you now to do that. It might be working on you now to create something, and to sort of to bring things together for you. And I kept on hearing an energy of a dolphin. And it's funny because I don't think it necessarily, you may not think that it's sort of like, I'm hearing that the supernatural experience that you had, it may involve a great synchronicity and you tapping in, leveling up and tapping into a great like an energy by sort of going up to a higher level is what I'm hearing. Like this, it's sort of like you took the first step and then something met. It's sort of like you didn't, this energy, the supernatural, spiritual energy, if you will, it didn't find, or you didn't find, or it didn't find you, but it found you, but it found you when you were ready. Like you kind of leveled up, and I'm hearing it could have happened during COVID, and it's sort of a weird, okay, and I'm seeing this really weird, like it's a series of coincidences that happened, like, you know, when it's something along the lines of you see 7/7 on the clock and you see it again, and I'm hearing this supernatural experience involved a very bizarre series of coincidences. Like you talked, okay, like something like, you know, seeing numbers over and over, and you felt, okay, it's almost like I'm getting a bigger picture of it now. It's almost like you felt like the whole energies of the universe were conspiring to help you. They were conspiring to help you and to bring everything together full circle. Or I'm hearing in some cases it was like conspiring against somebody who did something very bad to you. In some cases, not going to resonate with everybody, but it's sort of like it was like you wanted it was like during a traumatic time. I'm seeing it freaked you out because you talked to one person, they said the same thing, and they talked to another person completely separate, and another person said the same thing, and almost you felt like it's like 5 people said the same thing, or there was 5 different energies, things that happened in this short succession, and you started to wonder, am I being like gang stalked or something, or am I like, why are these weird coincidences happening? And these coincidences, it's almost like it's not just one spiritual being that causes energy, but it's sort of like, because the other piles I kind of got more individualized spiritual energy, but the other ones I got, it's almost like God himself or herself was conspiring. Like you felt like this sort of like energy field was conspiring to bring everything together for you. Like that's what you felt. You felt like everything was conspiring, and at times you felt paranoid. I'm hearing this, yeah, like this, you don't have this energy. I'm seeing like, because you reached this new, like you said some sort of word or something that sort of activated something for you to go to a higher level. And then the universe, it's sort of like the universe or beings, the totality of the sky, the moon, all existence, the energy of everything conspired to you, and then you see the same numbers, people will say the same thing, and it's like everything, the energy started to conspire, like the matrix started to bend in a particular direction for you. And I'm hearing, and then it sort of uplifted to a different energy. I'm hearing this could have happened a couple of years ago. It could have happened, but it could be happening. You may be in the midst of it right now, which is quite exciting. But it's something I'm hearing, do not fear it. Do not fear it. I'm hearing go with it. And do not run away from this, because sometimes I'm hearing when we start to feel our manifestations, it reminds me of a time when I was young. A funny story just popped into my mind randomly, so I'll tell you about it. I was at the park and I wanted to feed the squirrel, and I wanted the squirrel to get really close to me, right? So I just go, oh, the squirrel was getting so close, and then it ran up my pant leg, and I was so excited, and then I freaked out, and it ran away from me. So that's the energy, like I got what I want, because I wanted to really be close to the squirrel and give it some nuts and all that. but it, like, when I got it, I ran away. So I'm hearing that you may have put in like sort of an energy to create. I'm hearing you put in an energy to create this energy, but when weird things started to happen, and it could have different. I'm hearing for some, it could have, okay, you could have wished justice on a bad person, and it happened really quickly too. Or you wished for something, and that everything seemed to conspire, the energy of the universe. And I'm hearing, if it was supposed to, yes, you were an agent of change, but you were, what I'm hearing is that you were part of you were part of the universe too. That really was his teaching you. The part, you were part of it. And when you put things into action, the universe worked with you. And I'm hearing it could also have been a spiritual experience that you had in psychedelics. And no, I'm just trying to get the energy of this. And then you just went in this totally direction, or even a retreat, or like some energy got in motion, and everything seemed to be coincidental. And I'm hearing you start to think, am I being gang stalked or something? You're like, no, you're just learning, you up leveling, and you're learning to connect with the whole energy of the universe. You're learning to sort of see beyond the energy of the matrix, or to become empowered by connecting with the energy of the matrix. So yeah, that feels complete to me. That feels, I'm just maybe I want to show you the energy of this beautiful stone. It's kind of a gorgeous energy. So I just want to show you that energy. But that feels complete. I hope that is the information that you want to, that was helpful to you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe check out the other videos on my channel. See if they are